Okay, thanks for joining us again. I am going to walk you through this process of copying over a piece of content from one course into another. It is important to recognize that in order for me to copy over from one course into another, that I must be at the teacher level of access on both courses so that I can fully and freely access the content and have the rights to both export and import content into each course. I'm going to move this dichotomous key presentation that I currently have in my sandbox over to one of my live classes. I'm going to start by clicking on the drop-down menu right beside the name of the piece of content that I want to move. That is going to open up a menu where I can elect to copy. Now there is a difference between copy and move. Move will move it, but that means it is now gone from the folder that it originated in. I do not want it to be gone. I want it to stay in the place where I already have it. I just want to make a new copy of the same piece of content in another course. Once I click copy, it's going to allow me to choose a destination for the course. I'm going to correct this just a little bit so you can see the screen. Right now, it tells me that the destination class is my sandbox, which is where I am currently. I want to move it to an active course. I already know where my active course is. As you can see, I have a lot of courses to choose from. If you aren't sure, you may want to check and look at the titles and names of your active courses and check your course numbers to make sure that these correspond with your current active courses. Once I've chosen the destination class or the course, I can choose a folder to place it in. I click the Browse button and it pops up all of the folders that are currently available in that course. Now, I'm just going to place this in the classification folder for now. It asks me if I want to copy the alignments, and I say yes. This is hard-coded. You don't have to do anything in order for that to show up. It also asks if we want to include the links and make copies of attached and embedded files, or copy links to attached and embedded files. I want to just include any links, make copies of attached and embedded files. This is the one that is hard-coded, so you don't need to change anything unless you do not want to include the links and make copies. I'm going to click Submit. When I do, it's just going to take me back to that same sandbox page that I was just on. But if I want to go and check and see if this dichotomous key presentation has wound up in the course that I intended it, I can click on my home. I can open up that particular course. I can go into the folder where I asked it to go, or the content area, and it should be the very last thing. Notice it is right here. Now, I can leave it right there, or I can move it. I already have a folder called Classification, Presentations, and Activities. Since this is a presentation, if I don't want to leave it out here on the main content page, I can place it in the Classification, Presentations, and Activities folder. This would just require a simple move. I click Move, and then I select to move it to the Classification and Presentations folder. I click Submit, and then when it takes me back out, you will no longer see it up underneath Classification, Presentations, and Activities. But if we click on that folder, you will see that it is now inside the folder. It's just another level of organization. Thank you very much, and that concludes this video on moving and sharing content from course to course.